Coming to you from a wrong turn off Route 66. Somewhere in the Sonoran Desert, it's James Out West, featuring Ryan Rooks.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, James Out West this Saturday. Oh, my God, Saturday. Wow. This is going to be a running joke. No, this is going to be a running joke every time I get the day wrong or the...
Oh, it happens. It's okay. Right. It's 2020. We have an excuse.
Tuesday, December 15th, 2020. I'm a little punch drunk. I'm a little punch drunk from last night, ladies and gentlemen, because the Cleveland Brownies in the game of the year against Baltimore Ravens.
Hands down game of the year.
Unbelievable. The emotional roller coaster that Northeastern Ohio and Browns fans everywhere were on.
I felt bad for you, man. That was amazing. That was, like we said, game of the year, but comes down to
kickers.
Dude.
Baker showed everybody.
And the kicker who kept missing finally made it.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah. Dude, I feel for you. It was a rough game, but you guys looked good.
It was a good week of football as far as games that were concerned. There was a lot of great games in week 14.
Yeah. I did pretty dang well.
You did, huh? I don't think I did.
So I had 10 games correct against the spread. I actually picked, 12 correct? But Green Bay with that half point.
Yeah.
Denver showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore beating Cleveland.
Yeah.
And then Kansas City not covering again. But still picked them. So, you know what? It was still a decent week. I'm not going to
It was. And there was a lot of great games. There was games that came down to the wire. The Minnesota-Tampa Bay game was kind of back and forth. Green Bay at the end.
That was
Mace Crosby going out there, 57-yarder to win it. Awesome.
Green Bay looks good, and now they're the number one in NFC. They took it over New Orleans without New Orleans losing.
Yep. And now who New Orleans plays this week? Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
So very interesting to see how this is going to go down, because this week, I mean, obviously week 15, we got 3 weeks left of the season.
Right.
We got Saturday games this week. We're getting into the thick of things. We're going to know exactly who's in the playoffs for the next couple weeks, obviously. Yeah. Will week 17 matter? I think in some cases it will, and we'll go over kind of where we see people finishing up.
It's really interesting. I mean, you look at the NFC least.
Washington's on a surge.
Now, but like that's all over the place. I mean, you look at most divisions, it's close. Even the NFC West, like our division, it's interesting. Who's going to make it?
Do you think you guys are going to make it? Okay. They were actually eliminated, right? I actually think they've been eliminated.
I believe so. I don't think that even if we need a friggin' quarterback. I'm so frustrated. I thought Nick Mullins was actually going to be something, and I was wrong. Garoppolo isn't the answer. My dad called me and told me that we're going to actually try and go for Carson Wentz. He heard some rumor about that. I don't think that that's true, but what? No.
If you guys are taking any quarterback coming from some other team that's got a hefty price tag, it would be Matt Ryan.
Yeah, we're not paying $25 million for Carson Wentz. There's no way.
He has to pay 30. He has to pay 33 for Matt Ryan, though.
And which
who was his offensive coordinator when they went to the Super Bowl?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, I get it. Okay. Well, all right. Let's get in this week.
All right, so week 15.
This is a
good
one.
Thursday night football in Las Vegas. The Chargers got a victory this past week, which I didn't see a single highlight from that game. I just know that I think that somebody made a field goal to win it. On the road, Raiders look awful. They fired their defensive coordinator because that's the problem.
How funny is that the week after they got a defensive coordinator fired, they fired their own defense coordinator?
So -3.5.
Yeah.
Thursday night at home, usually the home team wins. I mean, it's just typical fashion. Now, 3.5, I don't necessarily know that I like the hook, but the Raiders are so finicky, they'll show up this week and score 30.
I feel like this is one of those games where the Raiders are going to show up.
Yep, me too.
Me too.
They're at home.
This is the only game I haven't picked yet, and it's so hard. Herbert, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be a homer, and I'll take the Raiders.
Okay, yeah, that's what I did. -3.5.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it. I wouldn't be surprised if that number grows to 5 by game time.
Yeah.
As they start looking at it going, well, they should, and it's in Vegas, and all the bettors, you get a little bit extra juice. Yeah. All right, now Saturday.
I think the biggest thing is being at home, and that's a in-conference game, so I think that the Raiders will show up.
Now we got Saturday games, too.
Ooh.
Buffalo at a surprising Denver Broncos from last week. Denver's a 6.5-point underdog at home. Weather-wise, who knows? It shouldn't matter. Buffalo plays in awful
D
weather.
looks good.
Buffalo looks legit. We've talked about Josh Allen being in the MVP race earlier in the season, kind of fell off. Now he's back in it. Of course, he's not going to win it, but he is in it.
Yeah, he had that 2 or 3 week kind of draw, and then he came back against Seattle, and he's been looking good.
Well, and I'm looking at Buffalo's schedule, and they should probably end up being the 2 seed
in the
AFC. Kansas City will finish out with the 1 seed.
Yeah, Steelers.
Buffalo's going to be the 2 seed.
Steelers are going to be on a.
Steelers are going to be the 3 seed.
You think so?
Yep. Because they're going to win the division.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It also, with your guys' schedule.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting. So,
exactly. That's why I'm kind of throwing all of this around, because I've looked at everybody's kind of schedule and see where they're at.
When we come down to this time of year, it's all about who's healthy and who has the momentum. And right now, Buffalo looks good.
100%. I think Denver's got some key pieces. Drew Lock showed up. They play well at times. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think at the end of the day, Buffalo wins and covers.
I hate these 6.5 games, but I believe way more in Buffalo, and I'm gonna take.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. They're feeling themselves. I think I'm gonna stay on that train as well. Bills Mafia, baby.
So second Saturday game,
Carolina, depleted Carolina. CMC
Is he not playing this week?
He's not playing this week.
Man, see, that's why I picked them last week, because I expected him to play.
At Green Bay Packers, who
So
are rolling.
I have a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
Is Aaron Rodgers,
Yes.
Jones, and Devontae Adams scarier than Mahomes, Hill, and Kelsey?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Well, okay, so comparable, man. See, like Aaron Jones is an X factor, but Travis Kelce's an X factor.
And Hill, like, it's crazy.
That's like Rocky and Apollo Creed. It's like they're the same. Just it's whoever shows up better that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. That's a really, really good question, Rooks.
Thank you, man. I've been studying. But I honestly, I have not been given credit to Green Bay, and you have all year long with Aaron Rodgers. Even though this is 8.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride with Green Bay on this over Carolina.
Me too. I think Aaron Rodgers is having a lot of fun. He's about to get 40 passing touchdowns on the season. Let me say that again. 40, and there's 3 to go.
How old is he?
He's at 39 right now. I want to say he's 36.
Gosh, man.
Playing the best football of his career, and he's played great
good
his entire career.
He has some weapons. You can't doubt it right now.
Big Bob Tunyon.
Again, same thing we were talking about with Buffalo. They're on the rise. They're looking good, and they're looking healthy.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. To answer your question, I'm going to add to the question.
Okay.
We got to add Green Bay's tight end, Big Bob Tunyon, because he's got like 10 touchdowns on the season. Okay, we got to add him in, and then you got to add in Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh my gosh!
So if you're doing that,
how much were
I'm taking Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay. If it's Aaron Jones, Rodgers, Big Bob Tunyon, Devontae Adams versus Patty Mahomes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kelsey, and Hill.
I'm still taking. I believe more than Patty Mahomes.
Okay,
and Hill. That speed.
It's
what they
unbelievable.
do, like, it's just.
Now, he's not having to go against Green Bay's defense, but it's just them out there because it's like 10. He gets 10 seconds.
It's no.
Well, he makes 10 seconds.
Either way, I'll pay to watch for both. Let's put it that way. But I think just by the slightest little bit,
man, that'll be a great Super Bowl if that happens.
Yes, we've been talking about a lot of different
That'd
options,
be an awesome
but that
Super
would
Bowl.
actually be amazing. All right.
So now Sunday, this game. Oh my gosh. So Dallas has already said earlier this week. Actually, I think it might have been today that Stephen Jones was on the radio in local Dallas and said that Mike McCarthy's going nowhere.
Yeah,
we're not pulling the trigger on anything like that. This can only hurt them to win. I think they're like the 4th or 5th pick right now. It does not help them to win. Get the draft capital. Get the best pick you've had in forever. San Francisco, kind of the same thing. You've been mathematically eliminated. You need to see what you guys got. This should be a suck fest. Dallas plus 2.5 at home, but is that rivalry there in the sense of none of these players were around when this rivalry was any good?
To me, it is, but I agree.
Fans, it is, but
it's
ownership. No, I mean the players, the coaching staff, everything is so turned over now. It's like it's a forgotten past of the media and on TV is going to make this bigger of a rivalry than it is.
The catch, I'll take it. I love it. That's where like my head goes back, and just even growing up watching Cowboys Niners always in the NFC, like it was just an amazing playoff.
You're taking
the Cowboys.
Yes. Yeah. Just okay.
The Cowboys came off of a big win, which they needed.
Right.
We don't have a stinking quarterback. I've said that. I believed in Nick Mullins.
And Dallas does, huh? You're saying Dallas does with Andy Dalton. Okay.
No, they don't have a quarterback either. But I would actually take Andy Dalton over anything we have right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Dallas plus 2.5. Boy, I mean, I'm not betting this this weekend, but I'll take Dallas for shits and giggles. Even though I circled San Francisco. I circled San Francisco before this, but then I'm talking myself into it would be such a Dallas thing to win this stupid game that they don't need to win and mess themselves up from getting a better pick.
We're way better coached. We're going to win. We are going to win this game.
All right, so another division matchup.
Oh.
The disappointing Minnesota Vikings at home hosting the Chicago Bears that came out of nowhere. Mitchell Trubisky looking like the guy that might be able to save Matt Nagy's job. Probably not, but we'll say that.
He's auditioning for another job. He's not going to be with Chicago next year.
No.
Chicago took a step forward. Minnesota took a step backward.
Yeah, it's in Minnesota. This is a big rivalry game. Both teams right now, I hate to say it, but Minnesota stinks. Chicago stinks.
But I think like we kind of
Minnesota doesn't really stink. I'm over exaggerating. It's just they're very disappointing. It's disappointing. You got all these weapons.
He had a great 4 or 5 weeks where he was 12 touchdowns, 1 interception, and then he's stepped back. With that said, even though I think Chicago and their D is going to step up, I think this is going to be a Minnesota game. I'm actually going to change my pick.
Yeah, see, I took Minnesota.
Oh, no.
Sorry, you already picked it. You didn't let me.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Well,
it's okay.
Whatever.
It's okay. You see your true feelings. Tampa Bay at Atlanta.
Oh my gosh.
Atlanta's plus 6 at home. Tampa Bay seems to have maybe gotten their act together. Atlanta is not very good. 6, even though it's divisional. Tampa Bay, I think, hands down wins this game. This should be a get-right game, to be honest, where there's no question, where they win by 17. So with that, I'll take the minus 6.
Yeah, I'm taking Tampa Bay. I actually think this is one of my easier games of the week.
Might be the lock of the week?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Atlanta doesn't look right. Like, it's frustrating. You know, they're already got rid of the coach. Like, they're going through some changes, and I feel like this is the time where they need to step it up. They actually can still get into the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to happen. But no, I think Tampa Bay for sure.
Okay. Now, this next game, Jacksonville at Baltimore. Baltimore obviously coming off of the game in which that sponsors this week's This Is Why I Drink segment.
Rough night.
At home, minus 13.5 is a lot of points. Jacksonville looks just defeated. They just look defeated.
But we keep talking about how they
until last week.
So
this last week
on 13.5, you think Baltimore? You think Lamar's going to show up, come back out of the locker room,
let's put it this way.
After getting that
IV? They were up 14 going into the fourth quarter against Cleveland. Cleveland had to score 42 to try to beat them.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, they're not going to do that.
You don't think so?
And Baltimore's defense is real. Now, they're a bunch of holding, snarky, spitting on people, little bitches, but they're still tough.
And
they're going to smack around Jacksonville. Minshew's coming back to start. Yep. They're going to get after him. Minshew's a Kmart version of Baker. Minus 13.5. I'll take Baltimore. Ooh.
I don't want to do it, but
I don't want to either.
This is, again, you talked me into this.
Did I talk you into any of the 10 picks you won last week?
No, you talked me into like one of them.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't even think I'd give you that. But I want to pick Jacksonville because they're always in those close games, and 13.5 points is ridiculous to me.
Oh, I would love to see Jacksonville win this game.
But what Baltimore did last night was impressive, and I think Lamar is looking good. I'm going to take a risk. I would not bet this game, but I'm going to take Baltimore.
All right. Now, the Detroit-Tennessee game didn't have a line on it yet. I'm not exactly sure.
Let me see.
If I had to guess the line, Tennessee minus 7.5. Do you see one? Because I don't see a line anywhere.
Yep, 10.5.
Is it 10.5?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 10.5's a lot. Detroit stinks, though. 10.5.
That's great. That's a lot.
Tennessee
Henry looked good, though, man.
I'll take it. I already circled him thinking it was going to be 6.5 or 7.5, so I'll take 10.5. Ooh.
And Stafford has rib issues.
Yeah, so I just think it's just, down the stretch, the horses, they run in the fourth quarter.
Even though Tennessee, they had a good game this last week, they haven't been looking right, but it's against Detroit, and if Stafford's out, then I think that's a clear pick.
Yeah. All right, now this game, this is interesting because it's New England at Miami. New England at Miami. Miami, a 2.5-point favorite at home. Bill Belichick on the road. Great weather. I had circled Miami earlier. I then crossed it out, circled New England. I'm sitting here looking at it and thinking of something that was said about a week ago about players traveling from cold weather places and then playing in the heat and what it does to them. And I don't think you can scheme for that. I'm going to go back and take Miami Dolphins minus 2.5.
New England, Miami is always interesting because Miami always, for whatever reason, they show up when they play New England. Tua looks okay. He's not amazing yet, but he's got that little spark about him. What is it? Howard has 9 picks for the Dolphins. I think
it's unbelievable. Xavier Howard.
It's amazing. I'm trusting that. And somebody who can't throw over 100 yards in a game, and I'm going to go with Miami with that 2.5.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
That might be the lock of the week on top of the other one.
Now, I will tell you this. This next game sneaky good game. Seattle Seahawks at the Washington football team. Washington's a 6-point underdog at home, playing well coached. There's a chance Alex Smith plays. If not, it's Dwayne Haskins. Either way, I'm taking Seattle minus the 6 because I think it'll be close, but then Seattle will do what I think that they're supposed to be doing at this time of year. It's like automatic. Okay, we're in middle of December. We've got to be showing up and showing out. I think that they beat the Washington Redskins after them keeping it close for the majority of the game.
You think so?
Yeah.
I pick Seattle, but Washington's front 4 on their defense and Chase Young, it is amazing. And that's the thing that scares the heck out of me with this game. I'll stick with my gut and take Seattle, but I would not be surprised if Washington pulls this off.
Ooh, that'd be great.
Seattle needs this game.
Yes, they do.
So does Washington, though. And I think
at home.
that's going to be a great game. But I would not be surprised if Washington pulls this off. Their defense looks so good, and Seattle's. Oh, man, I'm going to talk myself into their offensive line is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm changing my pick.
To Washington?
I'm picking
plus
Washington.
6?
I'm sorry, my wife. I love your Seattle Seahawks, but the more I think about it, I'm taking Washington.
I'm still mad at her, so.
Yeah. So he was the number 1 seed. My wife was 8, and he lost. So did I. As the number 2 seed. So
because I started the wrong Jacksonville Jaguar receiver.
Oh, my God.
That is so 2020.
Dude.
I lost in the first round after leading the entire league with.
You and I were 1 and 2 all year long.
That's hilarious.
1, 2, and 3 in our league lost.
So at any rate.
It's okay.
I hope Russell has 7
Just
fumbles.
a couple $100 down the drain.
I hope Russell has 7 fumbles.
All right,
this next game, Houston, who I thought would show up in Chicago, obviously does not. At Indy, who's surging.
Do you believe in Phillip Rivers yet?
No, I'm going to stick with my guns all year. I don't, because when they lose in the playoffs, I can tell you, told you so. All right, Indy minus 7, I'm taking it. Indy's rolling. But I think a lot of it has to do with that running game, their defense. The play action works. He can still sling the ball, and T.Y. Hilton has shown up.
Yes.
Back in the fold. I think maybe they have their trust is there now. Rivers and TY and kind of how they play. Good. It takes time. They have a great coaching staff. They're ran very well. I'm a very big fan of the Indianapolis Colts, but that's not why I'm taking the -7. Houston stinks.
Just lost 36-7
to the Chicago Bears.
I know the Jets are probably the worst team right now, but Houston is right there.
Houston's pretty bad.
It's embarrassing the way that what they're doing. It's frustrating, but yeah, easy. Indy.
All right, now the home team, Philadelphia at Arizona. Philadelphia coming off of a win that nobody expected them to win, beating the Saints. Hurts over 100 on the ground.
Yeah.
Looked good enough in the air. Defense was sparked. New Orleans looked like trash.
Hurts showed up. That's when we were talking about this last week. That's what we were saying is that if that's that spark, is he going to do it? And he did it. Is he going to do it again in Arizona?
2 weeks in a row? I'm going to say no.
You don't think so?
No, I like the way Arizona's playing right now, and this is a gotta have it game.
I don't like the way Arizona's playing.
See,
but I'm still picking Arizona. I can't. I don't trust in Philly, and even though Hurts gave them that little,
I will say this: I think that the Giants are a better team than Philly.
Yeah, I would agree.
And Arizona made them look pretty pedestrian.
Yeah.
That Giants offensive line I know stinks, but Arizona's defense has been overwhelming. They had one guy go
Daniel
ham.
Jones needs to get healthy.
I understand that, but it's about the same as what you're going to get from a Hurts or from a Wentz.
Yeah.
So, and they're at home. Again, I think this has got to have it. The Cardinals got to have this.
And I love watching Kyler Murray. That kid is so little speedy. Like he's like Sonic the Hedgehog, like just, getting around. Like it's so much fun to watch him, which is crazy for me and
he's so athletic
to say that about the Cardinals.
And he's athletic.
Yeah, but he's good. I appreciate it. So he's good. And I think that they overtake it. And plus, I like their coaching better.
So you're taking a -6.5?
Yep, I'm taking Arizona.
Yeah, me too. What's hilarious is Hassan Reddick went from being in the middle of the pack to being like a half a sack back from the league leader in one game. He had 5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles in one game. That's a good season for some of these guys.
Yeah, that's like that. What's his name getting 2 interceptions in 15 seconds?
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly for returns, right? I think that was return.
Yeah, it was outrageous, but yeah, it's impressive. But all right, I'm taking Arizona.
Now this next team, obviously we just talked about them, the New York Jets, the Jets. Sucks.
This is a big
at LA. -17 is a huge number.
But it's the
Jets. The Rams are cruising. I cannot in good conscience pick the New York Jets. I can't do it.
They just lost 40-3 to the Seahawks, who
17's a lot of points though, bro.
Okay. So
but if you're like, they should win by 3 touchdowns. Well, that's 21, so it's more than 17.
I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to sway you real quick. I heard a stat today.
Okay.
75% of the plays that Aaron Donald has played this year, he's been double teamed.
Okay.
And he's still going to end up Defensive Player of the Year.
More than likely.
I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I already have them circled. That number. The Rams, as far as winning the game, lock of the week, 17 plays,
and you're still going to end up Defensive Player of the Year. That boy is a beast.
He is.
As long as Goff controls the game.
I expect them to score a lot. Jets defense stinks.
Yeah.
Jets can't keep up.
Yeah.
I'll stick with it.
It's the stinking Jets.
Now, this next game, the last game of the afternoon games, Kansas City at New Orleans.
Were you surprised about this line?
That they're giving that much respect to New Orleans?
Yeah.
Well, because this is no Drew Brees. We already know Drew's not going to play, I'm assuming. Is this Taysom Hill or is this Jameis?
I would not be surprised.
I don't know if there's been an announcement, if there needs to even be an announcement. I don't know if it's moving forward. This is what we're doing.
It'll probably be Hill, but I would not be surprised if they do like a mixture.
I don't foresee Kansas City losing this game. I don't see them winning this in it being tight. I think Kansas City wins this game handily.
This is for sure.
I mean, and New Orleans is like what 9-2 or 10-2 or something like that. But
even though
I gotta go with Kansas City.
Yeah, even though Mahomes is coming off of 3 picks.
3.5 points.
So he came off 3 picks. For sure, 2 of them were not his fault. So even though he might have just took himself out of the MVP race, I'm still taking Kansas City hands down with this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's funny money. That's funny money right there.
Yeah.
They're baiting people into taking New Orleans. What I tell you about the Cleveland? What I tell you? I said what I tell you. Vegas is baiting people into taking the Browns, right? And they did, and guess what? They didn't cover. They baited people into doing it. I knew it.
You said it. Go against the people.
You very much so, especially if it's like 70%, 65-70% of the money's against them. Usually contrarian playing the opposite way tends to work out. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. With that being said, the Sunday night football game. So the Brownies go from Monday night, incredible game, a bunch of emotion, to on the road in New York against the G-Men on Sunday night football.
How good does it feel that your team is like looking good?
That we flexed out America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, from Sunday night football. Get out of here. You guys are garbage. Let's bring in the Brownies.
We're Baltimore, Cleveland. Putting up that many points.
It was awesome.
And it was the best game, like we said. But that's awesome. Amazing. So you get
3.5 points.
Man.
We have a 3.5 point.
3.5 points over the Giants.
Even if Daniel Jones plays, he's injured.
I don't think they do.
Our Cleveland defense is the front half, man, they can get after it.
I do have to say Myles Garrett should have shown up in that last game.
Did you see, do you watch, go back and watch the cuts on him and see the snaps. See how often he's being, like, legit being held. Like, legit being held.
So what we just talk about is Aaron Donald not getting 75%?
Double team. No, I understand that, but it's up the middle, coming off the edge.
So don't have excuses. He needed to show up. He's been killing
doesn't
it
he
all
have
year.
More sacks than Aaron Donald? Does he not have more sacks than Aaron Donald?
I thought they were tied, but maybe you're right.
Okay, and he's got a bunch of forceful. It's not like he's not doing what Aaron Donald. Don't come after my boy, homie.
I'm just saying, if he needed to show up last night and he didn't, he was doing his thing, but he didn't do.
I mean, it's Lamar Jackson too.
Okay.
Hey, I want to see if Aaron Donald had to play Lamar Jackson twice a year. Oh, he does. I guess so. Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Kyler Murray. I guess he does.
Cooking. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, I'm taking Cleveland.
Me too. Me too.
I think that's another pretty easier
Nick Chubb,
pick.
Amazing. Kareem Hunt, amazing.
Oh, man.
These guys are incredible.
Dude,
everybody.
Baker Mayfield looks friggin' good. He stopped doing his commercials. He friggin' got his groove back, and he's friggin' doing his thing. And I have to give it up to you. You guys look
the coaching
like a
staff.
solid team.
The coaching staff.
You look good. Weapons, lines look good. Defense looks good.
I really appreciate the what our head coach has brought to this team.
Yeah.
In making them play like adults. All right, now Monday night. Oh, man, if they could flex this game out, they would flex this game out. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who just got beat from a team with no name, at the Cincinnati no Joey Burrow Bengals. 12.5 point underdog Cincinnati. I feel like that's not. And
Pittsburgh coming off of 2 straight losses.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh's offense stinks, but Cincinnati's terrible. I circled Pittsburgh. Minus 12.5 sounds outrageous, but Cincinnati stinks.
The only thing that is stopping me from not wanting to do is that 12.5. There's no way that Cincinnati's going to put up enough points, but I think Pittsburgh needs this. They absolutely if they want to get a bye.
They have to. Look, I will gladly have Cincinnati win and me be wrong.
They cannot lose this game, so I don't think they're going to lose 3 in a row. I'm going to take Pittsburgh, and I think with that 12.5, I definitely think they'll show up. Juju's going to be probably dancing in the middle.
I love it.
Juju
keep doing it.
Juju things.
I want Juju to keep doing Juju things because I want Ben to be haggard and hobbled, and I want the implosion of the Steelers and their fan base is an incredible thing to watch, and I've been watching, and it is glorious. So I would love to play them in the playoffs. Glorious, yes.
Like Pinky in the Brain.
Mm-hmm. Smithers.
Oh my God.
Any of them?
Yeah, anything you want to say. But yeah. I feel that too. But they need to. Game. I think they'll handle this, but there's something off. But it is also Tomlin coach team, so might get right.
Yep, absolutely. Now, before we jump into the AFC and NFC playoff picture, kind of go over this with you. I want to talk about the ASU Sun Devil football team.
70-7 beating U of A.
In the Territory Cup. Unbelievable. I mean, that is a shellacking like no other, and rightfully so. Their head coach, Kevin Sumlin, was dismissed shortly after the game.
Oh, my gosh. That was impressive. I saw that, and I was just like, are you kidding me?
That's how you sell recruiting in the state.
It's always a huge game. Even oh, man, I was shocked.
It was awesome. It was awesome to watch. It was the only game on, I think, at the time that was like on TV. It was beautiful to watch. Everybody got to kind of see it. It was on a Friday. It was kind of a strange game to be on at the time. It was awesome.
But it was great to watch. It was on Friday.
Can't believe they scored 70.
Oh, my gosh. So I have to give a shout out. So not only did we lose Debo in the first play or second play of the game, we also actually lost Debo, Tom Lister Jr.
Yep.
Man, that sucks. That like hurt.
62.
You know what is funny is that I didn't know he was a WWE wrestler.
Really? You didn't know that? He was a part of that whole no holds barred thing. He was Zeus.
It's just
Tiny Zeus Lester Jr.
Yeah, like it makes sense, but it's just like, oh man, that sucks. Like I just see all the videos of him supporting Debo and like wearing the Niners jackets this last year on Instagram and all the. It was just rough. But so poor guy.
Backstory to that, we met him.
Yeah,
I was at. I'm pointing over here like y'all know what the hell I'm pointing to. Yeah, Ryan over here. There's a local place that we go to called Fat Cats, and we were sitting at the bar. Kids are playing, having some drinks. I look down the other end of the bar in a corner, and he's sitting there. And I was like,
"Is he bigger than I am?"
I asked the bartender. No, he's shorter than you. Asked the bartender, not by much though. I asked the bartender to come. I was like, "Yo, is that Debo?" She's like, "Yeah, he's here a lot." I was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna go bother him. I'm not gonna say anything, you know." But like he was sitting there drinking Coors Light.
Awesome.
He was sitting there drinking a Coors Light bottle. We made eye contact. I had a drink. I went like that, you know, cheers. He was like, and I saw him get up and go walk to the bathroom. He was wearing black jumpsuit pants, black t-shirt, gold chain. I think he was wearing like black Asics
because he stole that gold chain.
And he was just everybody saw him, and everybody was like.
I would have loved it if he would have like rode away on a bike.
Oh, it was so
like
funny.
Old School Friday.
It was so funny, but super cool. But yeah, rest in peace,
my brother. That, for sure. That was a rough one, but man, crazy week, fun week. Not as fun for fantasy football.
No, but I'm already over it.
Are you?
Yeah, because now I can just dive into this.
It's because if you didn't notice already, he posted a video of him.
It was the worst.
Complaining.
It was the worst. I was just expressing my feelings, dog.
So at what moment were you just like, dude, I got to do this. I got to.
About 10 o'clock at night. After a long day of watching these football games.
Oh man, that was just hilarious. I was
just sitting out here, just watching the highlights of everything, just shaking my head at the what ifs, going, if this team would have done this, or if this team would have done that, or if he wouldn't have dropped that ball. Man, there's a lot of what ifs.
I wanted you guys to go into overtime because I would have given me a chance to actually win because I probably still wouldn't, but oh my gosh.
If Mark Andrews catches a touchdown, which it looked like he was going to score a touchdown on that, like cut across the field before the end of the half, I'd have won $3,800.
So you know how
it was like I just had like this random bet together about like Kareem Hunt getting so much, blah, 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 and everything hit. And I'm just sitting there going, oh, Mark Andrews, please score a touchdown. I guess if that beats the Browns, I'll take the $3,800 in an L. But
yeah,
we lost and I lost. So
last moment, I suggested my wife to change her tight ends, and that's what got her the win.
Yeah,
I do have to take. It's the first time because every
you know
other time I've ever done.
You know what that tells me, ladies and gentlemen? Collaboration, which is against the bylaws of fantasy football. I mean, he should know this. This is like in paragraph 2, section 3, article 12. Yep. What are we doing here? Don't you read these things? I send them out weekly.
I didn't get the memo.
Okay. You didn't get the TPS report?
But you still freaking, you lost. I don't care. I lost.
You're out too.
Right. So it's just
but
like,
your household still can win.
Right.
So I don't like this. Well, she won't give you any credit anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, correct.
She texted me before it was over. She goes, "Yeah, done. Yeah, done."
Yeah.
What?
It was she was
it was hilarious. Oh yeah, I'm sure she was. She was walking all over the place till she loses this week.
Dude, your brother. Oh my god.
Let's not get into it.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, as of today, right now, if I had to ask you who's winning the Super Bowl,
Kansas City.
Who are they playing?
Green Bay.
Okay. Who's Kansas City playing to get there?
Buffalo.
Okay. Who's Green Bay playing to get there?
Seattle.
There you go. Yeah, I like this. Okay, so for
3
contrarian's sake,
Okay.
boy, it's hard for me to not pick Kansas City. Okay, so Green Bay, I'm going to agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
Okay.
Obviously, Kansas City, without a doubt, but if it's not Kansas City, I'm not going to take my Brownies. I'll take the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. How far we've come in like 3 or 4 years.
I don't think that they'll have the Kansas City's so well coached, and Kansas City has so many weapons. I think that they'll be able to even overcome a strong, solid Buffalo like stride where they're at right now. But yeah, those are the teams. We keep changing. We're pretty close within the last 4 weeks we've been talking about.
Baltimore, they run well, and that's how you keep Kansas City off the fields, running, controlling the clock. Cleveland runs well if they want to run the ball.
Lamar looks good.
So yeah, maybe.
But you guys might get on a run. I don't think
we got to get in. If we get in, I think we can win one game, and then we go from there. But they got to get in. So you know what tells me? Sunday night, coming off of this, what are you going to do? Go in and handle business. You should beat the New York Giants.
I think it's going to be a bigger difference as far as that first game. So who gets the bye in the AFC?
I think Kansas City's going to swoop this up next week. They'll have it locked in.
You think so?
Yeah.
I would agree.
All right, dude.
All right, so 3 picks. Mm-hmm. Who are your locks?
Ooh, my locks. All right, if I'm making a pick 3. All right, I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers. And I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns. God.
Wow, I have
out.
all 3 different. So I'm taking Kansas City.
Uh-huh.
I'm taking Miami.
Uh-huh.
And I'm taking Tampa Bay.
Okay. What did I say? I remember. I said Raiders, Cleveland, and who? Green Bay.
Green Bay. All right, we're going to have to look this up and see.
Yeah, I'll look at it. Last week,
right.
by the way, I did look it up. They were plus 425, 485 each of them.
Both of ours? So even though it was the same? Okay.
It was the same.
All right.
And I did bet mine, and obviously all 3 lost.
So last, yeah.
Saying every single 3, all 3 of them.
Yeah.
It was a bad weekend of betting.
Well, plus to Giannis, the Greek freak.
Yeah, 228, 5 years.
228.
It's the richest contract in NBA history till the next richest compact in NBA history.
Yeah, Curry had it, and now he's got it. And
who will be the next one? Luka.
Oh, he's going to be.
When that comes
he's going to get
pass.
MVP this year.
I agree with you. I should probably make that bet. That bet's probably out there, probably nice too. It's probably plus
Do it.
800.
Yep.
No, maybe. Dang, it's
it.
hard to say. It's hard to say, to be honest, what that'll be. I'll look it up and then I'll let you know. You can post it on Instagram.
You let me know how much money you went off that, and we'll check.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, cool. All right, man.
Anything else?
No.
A week before Christmas doesn't feel like it.
No.
It's
doesn't.
cold.
Yeah.
We had frost. We had frost on the pumpkin, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my gosh.
We had frost on the grass. It was like 36 degrees this morning when I got up.
Getting in the truck is cold, man. It's like
I love it.
I love it too, but it's cold. I don't ever wear long sleeves. But
I pretty much only.
It was a good week, and it was an exciting week. Unfortunately, didn't work out for the best for all of us. But
but it was an inspiring game. It showed us what we can do. I think I say we, but fans, I think a lot of us talked about really how we looked would determine whether win or loss.
I think Baker Mayfield
shut a lot of people up. He shut everybody up, but Brandon Marshall, who's a stooge, and Colin Cowherd, who's a sellout. So I don't really care what either of those 2 guys have to say.
Yeah, but got to give it up to you. I can't.
All right, man. A week away from Christmas, yo.
Yeah, get it in.
Yeah.
Have some fun.
Yep.
Be nice. Give the Christmas spirit a little bit. You know?
Little Yuletide.
Not be a Scrooge.
Oh. Yeah. That'd be nice. The old man of me was like, well, it depends on what's going on.
All right.
All right, man. You have a good one.
Hey, you too.
All right, man.
All right.
Later.